Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be discussing the tips and tricks about how to play Province. The map was recently added back to the game as part of Heavy Metal Season, but the map is slightly different from how it originally was. Originally, it was 600 by 600 map limited to tier 1 and 2. Now the map is 850 by 850, similar to what PC has currently. The map is still small, so might not stay at tier 10 for very long, and it's kind of a mirrored map similar to Ghost Town. So both sides, doesn't matter which side you spawn, you can do the same thing. For example, in this case I spawned at C9 and I'm pushing the C line, go to C3. Similarly on the other side, if you spawn at J3, you can push to J8, as they have the same roads on both sides, and not much difference, so pretty symmetrical. One thing you have to keep in mind is don't go in the middle, as even if you're light tank, you will get spotted and you might get punished because you don't know where the enemy are, especially because they cross immediately in the very beginning. It's only a couple blocks, map small, so even the heavy tank crosses very quickly, and if you get spotted, you do get penned. And as you can see, I got spotted here. E4 took a shot. I shouldn't have kept going. I was hoping maybe I'll bounce a shot on with my side armor, but that's the thing. Even as a light tank, you have to be super aware or never go to the middle. The best is where I'm going now. Even for lights, there's the position. So let's talk about the heavy tank first. I reversed so that I don't take shot from whoever shot the E4. And if I do get spotted, I can actually maybe bounce the shot at him. So slowly reversing back, going to the top side. This is where most of the heavy enemy tanks will be sitting at. They'll be staring at this opening, and you have to be careful while making the peaks. This house is useful. You can kind of side scrape towards it. They weren't really paying attention to me, so I peeked. They were looking at our TD on the right side, so I peeked, put a shot into the aviary. Not the best decision though, but I got lucky. Artillery tried to escape, and that's the thing. You need to position early on. Same with artillery. He should have gone to K2. There was no point of sitting there, because when he tries to move out, he might not be able to do it safely. And that's what happened in this match. And I noticed that E4 went to the right side. There is a sniping hill, not a sniping hill, but a hill that provides additional angle. So because our tanks were steering in this road, they had a clear line of sight on me. I took the lower ground behind me to take a different angle, so maybe I can get another shot. I did spot the FP, and E4 managed to put a shot on him because no one is paying attention to him. And that's also another good spot. For example, if your team is fighting on the 2 line, you go where the E4 is. But since too many tanks were staring at me, didn't want to peek. There's no point peeking a FB, as well as I think there was another TD that was a hash TD. So I decided to go where that E4 is, try to find another angle. And what it did was, those tanks that are staring, usually the players keep staring at the same spot for a long period of time. This is what happened with me, at least. I would hope that maybe they are paying attention to someone else, but even after a minute or 30 seconds, they're staring at the same position. So now I drove over the hill. Again, similar hill is on the other side as well, around J9. So as I said, the map is pretty identical. Aviary again. Very tunnel vision, no awareness. Put a shot into his side. And then E4 penned him as well. Took him out of the game. One hashtag down. We still have 2 more. However, aviary is the one that's most annoying, as you do end up bouncing a lot of shots onto that tank. Their Marston was pushing over on the left side, got set on fire, as our team had more angles. So sometimes, like, it's not always easy. You can push straight ahead because it's a corridor, and they're, as you can see, they're holding right and left angles. But you can punish them by taking different angles. One on the right where the E4 is, he's still there. He's holding that angle, which allowed me to push forward, as now after the aviary died, right, 4005 was steering over the top position, allowing me to get close to him, and I ended up finishing him as well. Valor side scraping, not the best position, but that's what he can do. Use his side armor to side scrape, couldn't really go hull down. I penned him, and I also have another TD, I think it's Jag Tiger, that's penning the side of Valor. Struggling with the gun depression of Lehman, not able to hit the track or pen him because the tank is tall, not have the best gun depression. It is average, And then I took my time, angled backward, and managed to kill the Valor. Now we're continuing forward. They still have 4 tank destroyers, 3 mediums, and 2 lights. I7 gets spotted, not really paying attention to me again. He's watching the other side even after his teammates over here died. Lack of awareness. And as he was reversing forward, I thought I could put another one into that tank, but I was not able to. Stir also watching the other side, providing support to the mediums over the 8-9 line. So even our tanks, for example, they're at the 9 lane, right? They have to be careful because if they peek forward, they had this firing squad just sitting here, waiting for our team to make any mistake, and they would punish him. So that's why even when you're sniping at the spawn or staying at the spawn, you have to be extremely careful. I tracked I7, put a shot into him, Tortoise. There's not much enemy team can do anymore. I'm still full health, and Lehman has a very troll armor. I'm pretty confident that I can just peek and ignore these guys, or not worry about them as they will not pen me. There's a 704 underneath me, and one in front of me. He fired, bounced off me and got spotted. Managed to put a shot into him, and there's this, I thought it's a platoon mate, but it's not. However, terrible shot from me. I probably hit, like, not the superstructure. I guess maybe hit the hull or mantlate I ended up bouncing. But didn't bounce the second shot. E4 coming in with the ram, taking 704 out of the game. And this is the best way to play heavy. You have to cross, you kind of brawl, take different angles, and do your best. So for this map guide, we have multiple gameplays for different tank classes and how you can make the best of it. So in the second map, same spawn, however I'm in the slow tank, fixed at TD, and I'm playing more of a sniper role as that's all I can do. I moved forward a little bit towards the left. I'm not planning to push all the way to the 9 line. As I said, there are tanks on the 3 line that are set up. They can punish me. I want to get to a position where I can, I have solid cover on one of my sides, and then when they have to push, they can only come through one direction. Since at the beginning I was trying to go a little bit forward to have better line of sight, but soon realized that that's not the position I want to be in. Returned. Again, as I said, I haven't played this map a lot, but the best spot is behind this building on the left side, as it's a solid and you have more room to wiggle or go back, because sometimes what happens is you are behind a building but it's not big enough, and when you retreat you get shot. And after doing my not research but stroll walk, I kind of decided to settle over on this position exactly where I spawned, or like 50 meters to where I spawned. So this is the position. You don't really have to go forward. I was trying to find a spot, and since I'm further away from them, I will not get spotted that easily, and I have a house on the left side. E75 TS gets spotted. He's behind a house. However, there are certain openings. You have to be aware if you can get a shot. ISU 130 seems pretty confident making that cross, and I managed to put a shot into his side. And this is what you see. In last game I was at B2, but their tanks, they weren't pushing like that ISU is. And the reason is because the snipers from our side, where I'm sitting, we can punish them when they're crossing, provided there is some snipers. And that's what happened. Another tank, I'm not sure what it was, the medium was crossing, put a shot into him as well. And just waiting for the enemy to make mistakes. Their artillery is bombarding on our tanks, taking out T44 out of the game. So at this point I can just wait, look for opportunities. Our team has decent spread. They are on the 8 lane as well as over on the right side, and that's the important part. If you want the game to last longer, you have to cover both 8, like you have to cover the C3 area and up to like E8 area, because if you won't, they'll just push and then you'll end up dying. I3 decided to cross, put a shot into him as well, and that's what I was referring to. For them to push is risky, especially when they're spotted, because there are openings, some bigger than others, and you can get punished. The last thing you want is getting double tapped by 2 TDs. And going back to garage, our team is losing by 3 tanks. We have lost the left side. Our Sturm is down to 1 shot. E5 is down to 1 shot. And considering we are not really doing too well on the right side either. I decided to just do as much as I can and hope for the best because things are not looking good. All I need was 1 or 2 tanks. With me, we do have a DD at B7, but our heavy, who stayed at the spawn from the beginning, now decided to run away. This is not something you should do in a heavy. If you're holding a position the entire game in the beginning, and now the enemy is about to come to you, you need to hold an angle. Jetstar gets spotted in the middle, and as I said, middle is not the position you want to be in. He took a shot from another tank from our team, and then I shot him as well, setting him on fire. And he is out of the game. That's how risky the middle is. We have completely lost the 8-9 line, but as I said, like, I'm in a decent position where they have to come all the way to punish me. I thought maybe I could retreat, but realized that I can't, as they're only a couple blocks away from me. So I decided to push forward to the closer to the building, so that when they're coming I can kind of side scrape as much as I could. I am in a fixer tank, so not much I can do. It's not like a tortoise. The arc isn't that great. Manticore is crossing, however I do manage to hit him, demoralizing him. And 130 is now coming to help. He's my only hope. As long as he can keep holding an angle, he doesn't have to do much, right? They'll focus all their attention towards me and I can punish them. However, he got spotted by running Manticore, and E4 took him out of the game. Sometimes all you need is a little help, but that doesn't happen either. The SU had right intention, but stressing that again, there are openings, so you have to be careful not to cross while you're spotted, or you'll meet the fate like that SU. So E4 that killed SU was not paying attention towards me, put a shot in his side turret, and he's trying to escape, and trying to get another shot into him, which I did, 7-9. And meanwhile, the two heavies from the enemy team are now pushing. I managed to turn in time and put a shot into E5. Seems pretty confident. He ended up tracking me. He was Amarak, but I think he repaired. I want to just get one more shot here. However, E5 was too quick to get around and put a shot into me. And as a result, there's nothing much more I can do. So this was the position you can kind of play if you want to play stationary in this map. You want to hold because that's the role of a tank destroyer. So the third replay, again, same spawn. It is encounter, but it doesn't really matter as the spawns are the same. And this is even though it's a TD, it's more of a how you can play a light tank in this map, because you can't stay on the 8 line. You won't do much. You can't go to the 2-3 line, but there is a spot you can go quickly. You have the speed, and you can spot the guys crossing from their side over on the J line, and if your team is paying attention, you might get some assist as well. So it's the same road we took with the heavy tank. However, instead of taking the U-turn, you can go forward on that road. Minotauro going in the middle. Not sure what his plan was, but whoever goes middle, especially early on, doesn't really survive. I only managed to pen him once, and then he was deleted by our team. Patriot gets spotted over on the lower side as well. And again, just stay top or cross if you want to brawl. This is just a very awkward position to be in. I peeked and managed to pen him twice. There are some decent bushes here where you can just sit and outspot, but my goal was to mainly trying to spot the J line. For that, I might have to go a little bit further, as I realized that I no longer have the shots on ABRE. I did when they cross initially, as it's a small map, but to have shots on those guys that are stuck there, I needed to be a little bit forward, so I have cleaner shots. The guys behind me also have shots on ABRE. However, I don't, as you can see that light penned the ABRE. Going for a lucky shot, maybe I can pen him, but not the best. In other light tanks, you have better shell velocity, so you can do obviously better than this tank, as it has very slow shell velocity. And I said, instead of taking a U-turn, I went straight, trying to find an angle, and started to reverse, because they can jump me here whenever usually it's a light tank. They see you, they try to jump at you. And while I was here, I also managed to spot E5, and there are enough rocks where I can get in cover. The only one that can shoot me is if they come down to the road, but it will be very expensive if my team is paying attention. So driving backwards so that if they do end up pushing me, I can just run quickly. And that's how you should peek the dangerous position as well in like a light tank. It's not like you have a lot of armor anywhere anyway. So slowly going back. But when you're doing that, there is always a risk of getting proxy spotted because all of them are kind of hugging the building. And that's what happened. Agula ended up proxying me. I am spotted. They are on the left as well. So I didn't want to peek too much. I do spot the TD as well. But Agula moved forward, tried to get a shot into him. But as I said, he got greedy there. Took a shot from my team and took another shot. As if you peek, you're spotted, chances are someone will hit you. Because that's what most of the tanks are doing. If you're bottom tier, medium, or a TD without armor, that's what your job is, to just stay at 3 lines, wait for someone to make a mistake and just punish them. Waiting to lose the spot. Since I've lost the spot, our light tank, he's playing the D1 area and has distracted these 2 tank destroyers. And that's what I was saying, that position is decent as well for a distraction, as he suppressed these 2 guys. One of them put a shot and fired a shot. I had enough time to clip the first ruthless, as that's what I thought. That's the one that fired. I know one of them fired, but I was getting on that one as he's the one that was trying to get in cover and had the angle. I got a little bit greedy, but a shot in the second ruthless as well, as I felt I could. Now pushing forward to tie 59, put a shot into him. Tehran is spotted. However, he took a shot, penned me, but I do manage to get a kill on Tehran. Not the greatest result on this map either, but I do manage to get 3 kisses and 2800 damage. So this is how you can play different classes in Province. If you haven't seen other map guides, make sure to check out the playlist of map guides and let me know what you think about it. Hope you enjoy this kind of videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Once again, thanks for watching. If you haven't subbed, make sure to sub, and have a great rest of your day.